test. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Your musical emergency system has been activated. This is an emergency. A global pandemic has broken out. You will be asked to follow instructions that you may not like by people you don't like. But if you don't follow these instructions, you and or the people you love could die. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Follow directions from healthcare professionals. Follow directions from local, state, and federal officials.
Hello everyone, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Screaming Beaver Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Jackson. Today we sit down with 3 of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. Brenden, Easterbrook, Owen, Cunning, and Tucker Smith are high school seniors here at Vankleek Hill Collegiate Institute in Vankleek Hill. We're going to discuss what it's like being a high school student during the COVID pandemic, what life is like these days. The boys seem to have a huge social media following. We saw a massive spike in downloads and follows when we announced they would be on the show. So without any further ado, we'll get to the interview. All right, and we're live. How are you boys doing?
Good, and you?
Good.
Doing good. I'm doing good.
Good. So I'm here with Tucker Smith, Owen Cunning, and Brenden Easterbrook. We're just going to go around the table. Just let me know what you're up to. We'll start with Tucker.
Not much. I'm working at a farm, Bonnie Bray Farms, working with my dad after school, probably 1-2 times a week.
What's your dad do?
Hunter's Plumbing and Heating. And my mom's a hairdresser in town at Heidi's Hair Studio.
Do you ever cut hair? Or?
Oh, I don't cut hair, no.
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't cut my hair much either, so.
I can see that. I tried to get you to cut my hair one time when I was in there, and you wouldn't do it for me.
No.
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 Other than that?
Playing hockey, finishing up my last year of school, and was hoping to play a bit of broom ball this year, but yeah, aside from that, hunting, fishing, that's about it.
Did you go hunting this fall or?
Yeah, I went hunting last weekend or the weekend before, and I've been out fishing quite a bit lately. So
cool.
Yeah.
Did you get anything when you're hunting or?
I didn't get anything, but people I was with did. Yeah, we got $5. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Cool. Owen, what are you up to these days?
Not too much. Same old. Going to school, trying to finish up the last year of high school, and helping out my grandpa the odd day, on the farm.
Picking rocks or?
Yeah, picking some stones and fixing the old doors he has.
Yeah.
And I was also hoping to play some broom ball this year, but you gotta go with the flow.
Yeah, who do you guys play broom ball for? Same team or different teams? Or?
Me and Brenden played for Harrington Hitman last year.
That's my old team.
Yeah, we were hoping to play again this year with them, but
yeah.
I'm trying to rent the ice just to try to get like a pickup game going or something, but we'll see.
Cool. What about you? Who do you play for?
It was gonna be my first year, so
okay.
Probably Lowe's,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who's the top team these days? Or
Lowe's,
yeah.
Lowe's is the top team.
Yeah. Toupee and Nixon and those guys.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brenden, what about you? What are you up to?
Working. I've just been, working a lot, I guess, and just been. I'm trying to fix up my shop at home and get some things going. Just trying to put together, like I said, a pickup broom ball thing and see if I can get that going. I'm doing snow removal in Montreal this winter.
Oh, cool. And going to school.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. What kind of shop do you have?
Oh, well, we just have like a 2-door garage at home, but I'm trying to insulate it and actually get it so it's nice to work on things in the winter. But,
yeah. What kind of stuff do you work on? Is it?
Oh, I just bought a sled.
Oh, what kind?
Arctic Cat Prowler.
Okay, cool.
So I'm trying to get that. Well, it's running, but just, sleds work. They break all the time. So
what year is that one?
1992.
92. That's my vintage of sleds. We actually we started a skidoo gang maybe about 10 years ago. We called ourselves the Hills Angels. Not to be confused with the Hells Angels. And of course, you can't just have one skidoo gang. So we got a bunch of our other friends to create another skidoo gang. They're the Aberdeen Road Aboriginals. So you have rival gangs, and we got stickers made up and everything. I'll give you a sticker before you leave there. So that's pretty cool. We all bought these old $1,000 sleds. It was and then one got a good one and then ruined it for everybody. We couldn't keep up anymore.
There's no point in buying a new one nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
I find I paid $1,200 for mine, and it runs. It's first pole, and
good.
You don't need electric start. You don't need electric start.
Yeah. Jason Hall's sled, it did more miles in the back of my truck than it did on the trail. It was always breaking, so he had some bad luck with his. It was an Arctic Cat as well.
Oh, that's not looking good.
Anyway, so we'll get into things there. You guys are seniors at VCI. It's your last year, and hopefully, and then COVID hits. So what's it been like at school? Like what's school like?
It's a lot different. I mean, you don't see half the people you usually see. I mean, there's a ton of new kids at our school, and I've probably seen only 2 of them. Okay. I mean, your mask is everywhere. Gym class is awful. It
can't breathe. You cannot breathe.
No.
So it's just a lot different, but it's something we're all getting used to. I mean, you always carry a mask with you now, and we're getting used to it, but it's a lot different. No sports and
that
not
sucks.
Being able to hang out as much, but it's okay.
Yeah. Are you guys full time at school, or is it like?
Well, last semester I had gym and spare.
Okay.
So I didn't show up very often. Like I'm not gonna lie, I didn't show up very often if I only had gym. Like spent a lot of time working, but now I have English and math. So but on a day-to-day basis, I'll see Tucker and a few other of my friends, but I don't see Owen because Owen's in 2 different classes. I think Owen has.
I have math and spare.
He has math and spare, so
okay.
I see him. I don't see him. I see him at the end of the day and in the morning. That's the only time.
I'm gone.
Oh, you're gone. So I see him in the morning sometimes.
That's it.
Okay.
And that's what kind of sucks, you don't get to see your friends at lunchtime because you have different lunches because of this whole COVID thing. So
break down a day for me. How does it work?
Well, for me, classes start at 8:00. My first class, which is math, my only class, and midway through you have a little break, a 10-minute break, but it's different break times, right? So I don't get to see anyone outside of the other classes and other classes, and the class ends at 10:40, and
so you have math from 8:00 till 10:40.
Yes, with a 10-minute break.
That is unreal.
Yeah.
So me and Tucker, we have English from 8 till 10:40 with a 10-minute break, but on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, I show up at 8:15, 8:30, depending on how work goes. So I'm a little late, but Miss Ove is really nice about that.
Okay.
She understands.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we have a break at, what time's our break like?
It's at early 9:15.
9:15, 9:30, I think, or something like that. So then we go to McEwen's. Me, Sean, and Tucker usually go to McEwen's for a coffee and then come back to class. And then we just finish out our English till about 10:40, and then 10:40 we go to math, and then we have math from 10:40 to 11:30, and then after that it's lunch, and then we go back to math.
Oh, jeez.
Till 2:10.
That's a lot of math.
Yeah, that's a lot of math.
So how long do you have math for? Is it right till January, or does it stop halfway through?
January.
Till mid-January, I think.
It's the 27th, maybe something around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, when did it start? When did math start?
Last week.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
Jeez. I was having a discussion actually with your mom and your sisters, and we were talking about when we were in school, it was 9 classes. So you had 9 classes in a year. You had 6 classes a day. Classes were, I think, 50 minutes, and if you missed for sports or something, you would you wouldn't necessarily miss the next day kind of thing. Because there was always 3 classes that you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And we had exams in January, and then if you had over 80%, you didn't have to write your final exam.
Oh.
So you got out of your finals, and I thought it was a lot better. I guess for older people like myself, everything was better when we were kids. Yeah. Sports were better, school was better, everything was better. But
sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. We had 5 years. We didn't have 4 years. So yeah, you had a whole extra year. You could get 45 credits if you didn't take any spares. I mean, everyone would take 1 or 2 spares, especially grade 11, 12, and 13. We didn't have a situation where you would have, like, you guys could have math first semester in grade 9, not have math second semester, not have it first semester grade 10, and then have it second semester. You go a whole year with no math, and you can't remember what a division or, I don't know, square root or, so like, I like the old system a lot better. We narrowed it down. Randy Tallhurst was in, I think she said she was in grade 12 when it switched over to semesters. So I understand it's better for the teachers and cheaper for the school and stuff, but
doesn't benefit the students, I don't think.
No, and the you guys being away to university when you're 18 as opposed to 19 is just a different
difference.
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
Big difference.
Yeah, you guys.
Do you guys still have people that come back for victory laps or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a couple going through the school right now, just, finishing up some last stuff that maybe they didn't get to take that they need to get into a university.
Yeah.
But
for the most part, it's like one kid that I really I know, like crew record, good buddies with, but on the other part of that, it's like people I haven't really seen around school until this year, where they're like, I kind of need to get my credits and graduate.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's more or less.
It's not too common.
No, it's not common anymore. Like it's more or less.
If you get your credits or not.
Yeah, it's if you didn't do well in a class and you want to go to college, sort of thing, or university, like you come back and you do well in that class and then go on.
We had people that would come back just to play sports, and
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Actually, last year there was one guy that did that.
Yeah.
He came back just to play. Was it football or
it was
football. He came back just to play football. Like I think he was going off to the military or something.
Oh, okay.
And he just came back just to play football.
Get into football. Oh, that makes sense.
Kill some time.
What about people from Quebec, like LRHS or Hudson? Do you guys get a lot of those over here instead of going to Egypt? Or
I find we get a lot of people coming from LRHS, more or less. Like, actually, my cousin's one of them, but like we get a lot of people coming from LRHS, but you don't hear as many people coming from Hudson anymore. Like, at least I don't. Like, I know when my brother went to VCI too, he's a little older, and there's a lot of people that came from Hudson, but now, like, you don't see anyone coming from Hudson.
I think I know one.
Yeah, maybe one.
Yeah.
But, like, not too many people coming from Hudson anymore.
Okay. Yeah, we had quite a few from Hudson, especially, like, you hit grade 11 or actually grade 12, I guess. Grade 12 and 13, they would show up from Hudson or LHS to do 1 year of grade 13 rather than 2 or 3 years of CEGEP. So, and then apply for university. So yeah, this year, senior year, no sports, no trips, no parties, no prom. Like, how does that make you feel? Feel like you're getting gypped?
It sucks, honestly.
It's really boring. It's like you go to school, you do your school, and then it's like you come home and it's like, well,
Can't do anything.
you can't do anything. Like might as well go to work. Like, it's almost like there's nothing else to do. Like,
Yeah.
It kind of sucks. Like, I find the school, like, the atmosphere was different when there's sports. Like, everyone would go to the basketball game, maybe. Like we would all hang out at the gym. Now we can't do that, obviously.
Yeah.
Because COVID.
Yeah.
So, it just sucks. Like, senior year, that's, like, the year to do all that stuff. Like,
Yeah. So are you guys planning a prom or not even worried?
I
think
haven't
it'll end up happening.
I haven't heard anything, but I'm hoping someone just risks it and has a huge party, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping someone just...
I mean, we still have a while to wait till prom kind of comes around, but I'm sure it'll come sooner than we think.
Yeah, normally you guys would be fundraising for it already, though,
Exactly.
right?
So
Like this year, we didn't even do that Halloween. Like, usually they do the We Met's Corn Maze with the grade 12s. This year, there was no that. Like, there was just there was nothing so far, and I don't think there will be anything. I think it's just pretty well, almost like a write-off already. Like, it's just...
Yeah, that was always one of my highlights of my Halloween, was to take the kids to the VCI Halloween haunted house. It was always really good, so I always enjoyed that.
I don't think we're doing a Halloween corn maze this year.
No.
It's a bit late for that.
Yeah.
A little late.
So if there was no COVID, what sports were you guys playing this year? Like
All of them.
all of them?
I'll try to play all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Usually I do basketball, baseball, hockey, badminton's usually a big one.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
We'd get crushed by the French schools.
Yes, yeah.
The French schools tend to be very good at anything with a net.
Yes, I was just about to say the
Yeah.
thing. They're really good with net sports.
Especially
Yeah.
Frisbee. Frisbee is one of their big things now.
We beat them last year.
Yeah,
though.
we did.
We
We
did
did.
beat the French
We did.
school
Yeah.
last year in
We
Frisbee.
did.
I think I came to one tryout, and I just didn't like how the coach was raising his voice, so I was like...
You don't like getting yelled at by Mr. Trombley, or?
Oh, I don't know if it was Mr. Trombley who it was, but...
It was Mr. Trombley.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't like being a part of that, and I was like, I think I can do something else right now than play ultimate frisbee. So
Okay. It's huge in Ottawa. Like I work in Ottawa now, and I'll be driving home and just open fields and nothing but ultimate frisbee players. I think it's the biggest sport in Ottawa at the moment.
I think Mr. Tremblay may have got a little annoyed with me because I was not good at throwing a frisbee. I just couldn't throw a frisbee. Like I don't know why, but like I could do it any other sport, like okay, but frisbee I couldn't throw a frisbee.
Let's see. Is there still a Hawkesbury Vankleek Hill rivalry, or has that kind of died down?
Depends. Like for the hockey players that are from Hawkesbury, it's okay, but I mean we've had a few close calls with the people who don't play hockey from Hawkesbury.
So the
like,
guys you don't know.
The guys we don't know, they tend to come to our parties and like when you could have parties before COVID, they tend to come to our parties and maybe cause some things, and we tend to go to their parties and maybe cause some things. So it's a good mix of both. But
I mean, we have a lot of friends from Hawkesbury that we've always played hockey with and that we're good with. They come to our parties, but this was all before COVID, and then maybe about a year ago, the French rivalry really started to happen. And if a French kid came to one of our parties or if we went to one of theirs, you had to make sure you kind of stayed together because you're never sure what was going to happen.
So is it a French-English thing, or is it a Hawkesbury Vankleek Hill thing?
No, I think it's more of a Hawkesbury Vankleek.
Okay,
it's a
just wanted
Hawkesbury
to
Vankleek
clarify
Hill
that.
thing, but it's almost like, because I talked to some of the guys from Hawkesbury that played hockey, and even they would come up and be like, yeah, we're on your side if anything happens tonight. Like if anything happens tonight, we're with you guys. Like I feel like it was more of like a hockey versus non-hockey sort of thing. But for the most part, it was Vankleek Hill Hawkesbury. There's a few people that are all sketch.
So again, back when we were kids, we had Vankleek Hill hockey teams, the Cougars, and then the Hawkesbury Hawks, and not the fusion thing. And so all of the French kids from Saint Eugene who went to school in Hawkesbury all played hockey in Vankleek Hill. So like Luc Chomeau, Eric Fournier, those guys, we played with them. So we were all cool with them. But it was a huge rivalry, Hawkesbury versus Vankleek Hill. Like we hated those guys, and I'm sure they're all really nice people and everything. But just when we were playing sports, we absolutely hated them. I remember we found a Hawkesbury soccer jersey. We had played them in Vankleek Hill, and they left one of their jerseys in the change room. And so we cut up the jersey, and the next time we played them, we pinned their jersey to our socks and played the whole game with a little piece of their jersey, symbolizing how we were going to tear them apart in that game as well.
Oh, now you would get like absolutely ripped on for doing that. Like you'd probably get a suspension or anything. Like I remember when we were playing soccer, like at GSL when we were kids, we'd be like shoot to kill Vankleek Hill. And they told us we couldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm the rep for the GSL for Vankleek Hill, and I got crap for that. I remember.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember that very well. Yeah, it was just a different time. And then I think even if you go back even further, like Owen, when your dad used to play, I heard people were afraid to run out of bounds when they'd play a football game against Hawkesbury. It was like you were just afraid to go out of bounds in Hawkesbury because you were going to get the crap kicked out of you on the sideline. So, yeah. But I think it's a little bit different now.
Yeah, it's probably not as extreme, probably.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I was impressed. Like I coach Haley's hockey team, and the merger when the fusion came in, there was really no problems at all. Like I couldn't even tell you which kids are from Vankleek Hill and which ones are from Hawkesbury now. Like, it's been pretty good because Haley only played 1 year of Cougars and then it switched over. So I'm just so used to seeing all the kids and the kids are great. The parents are great. So, yeah. Anyways, when we're on the topic of hockey, what are you guys doing now for hockey? You playing Fusion or?
Yeah, me and Owen are just playing Fusion right now. Last year I don't have time for junior C much. I mean, I'm working and, I wasn't super interested.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought about it, but it just never really seemed to come my way. So I just, I'm finishing up my last year with Fusion and hopefully I'll go to a men's league or, beer league.
Come play beer league on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Owen, what about you? Same thing?
Yeah, I'm playing Fusion right now. Kind of bad timing. Well, last year minor hockey, this COVID thing, so it's not the same, I could play junior C. Depends where I go for university, right?
Okay.
So
what are your options for or where do you think you want to go?
University?
Yeah.
It's either Ottawa, Western, or Queens.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ottawa I could still play.
Yeah.
So all depends, really. But right now I'm just playing house league.
Yeah.
I think 2 sessions ago I just signed with the Junior C Cougars. So
oh, good! Congratulations.
Thank you. That's where I play in this year, and hopefully we have a season. If not, then there's always next year, I guess. But
yeah, and I see you out on the ice on Monday and Wednesday nights. You lower yourself to come and play with us, so that's good.
I know I got to play after usually, so I just kind of relax so I can still keep up with the guys who are like at tryouts there now. Like, there's a lot of guys who are just stupidly good. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, I don't even know why they're playing Junior C. Some of them, like.
I watched a few minutes of the game the other night. There was a kid with I think Glenn's pants and helmet playing defense. He was pretty good.
Oh, he got. I know you're talking about. He got released from Junior B this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he was good.
Yeah, he's really good. He's gonna be. I think he'll sign soon. Like, he got released. Like, I think the last time we just had a session. So I think he's either signed or he'll sign soon.
Okay, good. It should be a good year.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like, we lost a lot of older guys.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna gain a lot of younger talent.
Like Nathan Sovey's playing with you, or I saw he was out on the ice.
And I think Nathan Sovey's going to try. I think he's going to play this year, but I don't know how old he is. I think he's either 20 or 21. If he's 20, I think he's there for sure. But if he's 21, then I don't know, because you're only allowed 4 21-year-olds. Yeah, so.
I see. So are there any Hawkesbury Hawks at your school, or do you guys get many of them?
No.
Or
I mean, we've had Fletcher Anderson. He was at our school for a little bit 1 year.
We were in grade 9.
Yeah. And we've had a couple of very successful hockey players come through last year and the year before. And they've gone on. A couple of them just went to the OHL. And but we don't have any big players right now, I don't think.
Yeah, so like the Hawks we would have like probably 10 per year. Back in our day, they would. Yeah. You guys don't have that.
No, not anymore.
No.
They would come. So like Martin Saint-Louis was a year older than me. Him and Eric Perrin were both at our school. So St. Louis won the Hart Trophy with Tampa or New York. Can't remember. Tampa, I think. So he went on to do big things. But we'd always have about 10 Hawks at the school. Tell me about David Goyette. Have you played with him, guys? Or
We played on the school team with him, and he was he's a talent I've never seen before. He is
special.
He's unbelievable.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good locker room guy too. Like he doesn't like act like he's all that, but he's all that.
He is all that.
He's all that. Like he's really good.
Is he a big kid or?
No, he's not actually. He's really not a very big kid. Like I haven't. He's big enough. Like he's bulky and like he's strong. He's a strong kid, but he's not very tall. But nowadays in hockey, like you don't need to be super tall to be good anymore. Like it's just if you're good, you're good. That's how it works now.
So he's currently playing with the Hawks, I believe, and he's going to Sudbury.
I believe he signed with the Hawks, right?
Yeah, I think he signed with the Hawks.
He's been loaned to the Hawks from Sudbury.
I know last year he was in the States.
Yeah.
But I think this year he might be with the Hawks. And
I would like to go watch him play before he takes off to Sudbury, and I'd really like to get him onto the podcast. That would be pretty cool. So if you know him and you want to put in a good word for me, just let me know.
Oh, he'll come on this podcast, I guarantee it.
Yeah. We'll see. He went in the first round, to Sudbury. That's
Sudbury.
Yeah.
I like Finch.
11th,
no,
maybe.
He was like 11th.
I think he was
11th round.
Yeah.
No, first round, 11th.
Oh yeah, first round, 11th overall. Sorry.
That's impressive.
Yeah, very.
Well, Brenden and I played with the kid that went right in front of him.
Cedric Gaindon.
Okay, where's he from?
He's from Rockland.
Okay.
We played with him on Cobras 1 year, and like I said, like he was a year younger than us, and he was playing with us, and he was dominant. Like he was an absolute tank on the ice. Like
he was a league leader in points,
and he was a year younger.
Oh, okay.
And that's in AA. Like that's that was impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think who's better? Would you say
I don't know.
I personally,
it's like think, Ovechkin Crosby type thing, or
yeah,
kind of. But I think Goyette's better just because Goyette, like I've played with both of them, and Goyette is he's just a dominant player. He doesn't need anybody to help him score. He can score on his own. Whereas in Cedric had Owen over here who would feed him the puck. Owen would feed him the puck. And
okay. Gotcha.
Most assists, I think, that year on the team, yeah.
Just passed it again, Owen, just tell him to score.
Yeah, good. Like when we were kids, Junior C was kind of a launching spot. Like that's where everyone went to meet on a Saturday night. And from there, everybody would go out. We would go to the bars and stuff. Like, what do you guys do? I know you don't go to the Junior C games because it's pretty dead now. Like, we would have a couple hundred people at every Junior C game. What's the protocol for parties these days, or
I think
socializing for kids?
These days, I mean...
Well, non-COVID. Let's talk non-COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, before COVID.
I think, Junior C, we usually always go hang out afterwards. But I think the last time there was kind of that everybody left the game and went to go party all together was after the Pond Rocket and Junior C final back to back.
That was crazy.
I mean, there were people everywhere. It was nuts.
Yeah,
that was the most people I've ever seen in the Vankleek Hill Arena ever.
Yeah, no, it was a very good night.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a crazy night. That was.
But on a regular, like today's, we're recording on a Friday. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, where are you going to hang out? Like,
so I feel like if you got like all the guys went to the Junior C game or whatever to watch, like I feel like we'd always end up back at our buddy Zach's garage, who's on Union Street, so it's pretty close. Like
right in front of Brendan's house.
Right in front of my house. So
Okay.
it was always like we'd go there and he'd always have the fridge pretty full, and
Okay.
it'd be a good time. Like,
So do you stay there for the night, or do you drive across to Grenville? Like,
Grenville tends to be more of a summertime kind of thing.
that's a summertime
like,
thing. Okay.
Yeah, but no, like during the winter, it was always go to the game, watch the game, or if everyone else had hockey, whatever. Like last year, even a bit. Like I was a call up, so I played a little bit. So if I was playing there, and let's say all the other guys were playing somewhere else, we'd all just go meet up there after. So it's always like our meetup spot.
Okay.
So regardless if everyone was at the game or not, we always ended up there after.
Okay. And so is it more house parties, or do you guys go out to bars, or?
A little bit of both, I guess.
I say house party.
House parties is a majority, but
drinking the soda pops, of course.
Yeah. Soda pops.
But no, we've been across the border a few times.
A few times you've gone across the border. That's good.
Plaisir is still going, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're familiar with Plaisir. Is there still a cage on the dance floor?
There's still a cage.
It's been there for a while.
Cage with a pole in the middle of it.
Yeah. What about drinking and driving? Is that a big problem in these days, or is everyone pretty responsible now?
I wouldn't say so. Everyone's for the most part responsible, but
yeah, it's getting better, right?
It's getting
better. It's getting
a lot better. Yeah, actually, it's getting a lot better.
You always get the odd one, but everybody seems to find a ride pretty good.
Oh yeah, like at a party, everyone finds a ride. I don't think, for the most part, I don't think I've seen anyone really at a party like go home when they shouldn't be going home in a car. But
yeah, that's good. I've always said Vankleek Hill's been very lucky. There's only been like a handful of young deaths in the last 40 years. So I think we would like to keep it that way. There hasn't been many. What about drugs? Is drugs prevalent at the school? Is there a drug problem in BCI, or?
It's not huge, but like you got the crowd that you obviously know that.
But the thing is at VCI is like the crowd that does drugs. It's not like I've never seen anyone do hard drugs in front of me from VCI. Like I've never seen anyone do stuff that's crazy, like out of this world. Like it's just you have your stoners kind of.
Potheads.
You have your potheads and you have your people who drink. And that's kind of how it separates. And then you have some people who do a bit of both, but you have your stoners and you have your drinkers at the end of the day. It's just, that's how it is. And honestly, it's better than having people who are messed up on other stuff. Like,
like these, opioids or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not up on my street drugs, so.
Opioids.
Opioids.
I mean, when we first got there, it was not very good. I mean, the problem was a lot bigger. But I mean, now you, like Brenden said, you have your two groups, and those two groups get along. But it's never an issue. And yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I've got kids that'll be going to VCI in a few years, so.
It's a good school.
Yeah.
Good school, right?
It's cleaned up.
It's cleaned up.
Yeah.
That's good. What about social media? We hear a lot about social media, bullying. I think it's anti-bullying week this week. What social media platforms do you guys use?
I say the most popular ones are Instagram and Snapchat for all of us younger guys.
Yeah, my niece told me that only old people use the Facebook. So
I'm still on Facebook. Facebook Marketplace, the best thing ever invented. I think. Anyway,
they're taking over Kijiji there. It's even my dad's on it now. He's got me driving all over the place buying stuff off of Facebook Marketplace. So Instagram, Snapchat. One of you said Twitter before.
I'm the only one that really uses Twitter that I know about of our group.
I've been thinking about Twitter for the last couple of months. I haven't signed up. I was just like, there's a lot of funny things that get posted on Twitter, especially with Donald Trump. Like I was thinking there's a bunch of funny things on Twitter, and I never signed up for it. I just never got around to doing it. So
my kids are like TikTok crazed. Do you guys do TikTok or?
I forgot about
TikTok.
I probably scroll through TikTok for at least an hour a day. Over the day. I mean, sometimes you'll go on your phone at night. It'll be 9 o'clock. Next thing you know, you're still scrolling through TikTok and it's 1 a.m. and you don't know where it went.
That's a little more than an hour a day.
Well,
let's say on average an hour a day to 4 hours a day. Yeah.
I was on TikTok for a while until like the For You page just become kind of boring, and then after that it's the same old stuff. Like everything, it gets old after a while. But TikTok got old pretty quick, I think.
Okay.
Tucker's a big TikToker. You make TikTok videos, right?
Yeah.
You don't just watch it.
No, I'm getting pretty big on TikTok.
Oh, are you? You got lots of followers?
Hey, a couple thousand views here and there, and
Yeah. Like, do you guys like if you want to send a message to someone, do you text them? Do you message them on Instagram? Like, how do you
Instagram or Snapchat?
Yeah. I find I'm more like, if I want to talk to someone, I just call them, and like no one answers anymore because it's like 2020 and everyone's like, just use Snapchat, dude. And I'm like, well, I call you. Like that's how I work. Like I don't have data all the time. Like I can't use my internet all the time. Like I'm not one of the people who pay I'm not one of the people who pay 10 gigabytes a month or whatever. I'm on my phone calling and no one answers ever. So it's like, well.
I remember one time I was in the middle of class and you called me because you're experienced. Obviously, I'm not going to answer the phone.
No, but like sometimes it's like, what are you doing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that you can't pick up a phone? Playing video games?
3 o'clock?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
So social media must make dating a lot easier.
Yes.
Like you don't have to go through that awkward, call up the girl's house and get their mom on the phone and be like, can I talk to Heidi, please? And not that I ever called your mom Tucker, but just using her as an example.
I mean, most of it is done by social media these days, but I mean, I think our group's better than most with actually going up in person, because we're a pretty social group, and I mean we all used to the DMs, direct messages on Instagram is what you call them. So DMs.
Thanks for clarifying that for me.
Yeah, no problem. So it's kind of like you go on Instagram, you see a picture of a nice looking girl, you send her a DM, right?
Yeah.
And
sometimes
it works. It works like 10% of the time, but
then parties and stuff. And then the one time I didn't send a DM, I was at my party, and that's where I met my girlfriend.
Oh,
what was life?
Yeah. No. Well. What am I trying to say there?
Good. So how long have you been dating this girl?
9 months.
9 months.
Yeah.
And she works at McDonald's, I heard.
She does.
She does. Do you get deals from there, or like?
I do all the time.
All the time.
I make my late night runs all the time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it helps out the boys too. Late night Dawn's runs. Tucker's got us covered.
Good.
I'm Tucker's friend.
Is that how it works? Can I roll up and say I'm Tucker's friend?
Yeah, you sure can. If she's working there, 100%.
Cool. What about video games?
I'm a big video game guy.
We'll let Owen take this one.
Yeah, Owen. So a lot of your friends video game guys, or?
Yeah, there's like half of our friend group that are video game guys, and then the other half are like, they still play the odd video game, but like not as much as the other half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just bought a bunch of your old video games from your mom secondhand there. She sold me an old NHL, an old NFL. I think a Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty's the big one right now.
Yeah, so I've been going through those. So Call of Duty's big right now?
Yeah. Call of Duty and Madden, the football game.
Yeah.
That's a football game. NHL, Rainbow Six Siege is also a big one.
Okay.
It's kind of like Call of Duty. That's the big one.
Yeah.
I played it a lot during like the start of quarantine,
Yeah.
because it's the only way to you can actually chat with your friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, my kids play Fortnite. Is that still a thing? Or?
I played Fortnite a while ago, but not anymore.
No, anyway, you grew out of that.
Yeah.
That's for the young
growing
kids.
up now. So.
Okay, cool. And what about NHL? Now, don't you find the NHL games are just the same thing over and over
that's
again?
why, NHL 19 to NHL 20, there's no difference.
No.
Honestly, no difference.
So, they're just taking your $60
Exactly. Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
And what do the kids call it? The shell? Is it shell?
Chell. Yeah.
The chell. Cool. Are you good at the old chell or?
I would say I'm pretty good. Yeah.
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 So PS5 just came out. Are you getting one of those or?
I'm hoping to get it under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
You know, Santa. Hopefully he makes it for me.
Yeah. Brings it back across the border.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Professional video games is a big thing now. These e-gamers. Do you know any kids that are into that or at that kind of level or?
Not really. Like, there's lots of people that play like a lot of video games. Like, none of my friends, like no people in our friend group are like big, like very
like top end.
Top end into the video games. No, we just play for fun, you know.
Yeah, I knew a guy that was ranked number 2 in Quake, like way back in the 90s. And Quake was kind of the first video game that had like world rankings and stuff. And he got up to number 1 or 2 and was there for like 12 hours and then dropped back down. But like this guy did nothing but sit in his basement and play video games.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Like if you want to get into the professional gaming, there's not much other life you do. Like in my opinion, like
you're not playing other sports and stuff like that.
Yeah. So.
We got a couple of listener questions. Let me just read them off here. I got some texts that came in. So the first one is, let me find it. The first one is from a Martin Herday from Embro. And he writes, ask the boys what it felt like to lose 6-0 to a bunch of old men at the last PRC. Their goalie saw more rubber than a dead skunk on the 417. So that's from Martin Herday. I believe Martin played for the Firefighters. He seems to think that he beat you 6-0. Is that true? Or
I mean,
we weren't warmed up.
We weren't warmed up, and I think the Firefighters were in a division lower than they should have been, and they knew that, and they were just there just so they could win. I just think they just wanted to dominate, and that's all right. But I think next year they should go up into a higher division. Like if they know they're good, they know they got guys.
They're not that good though.
But they're firefighters. They got to be trained all the time. They got to be they got to be in top shape, you know. And Martin's pretty. Pawn Rocket's pretty important to Martin, and he enjoys it. We enjoy having him at the old PRC. Speaking of PRC, did you guys enjoy your first couple? Did you play 1 year or 2 years?
1 year.
1 year, eh?
I played on your team the year before.
Oh yes, you
yeah.
A rough night
Brendan's
before.
hockey equipment.
Yeah.
Rough night the morning before, and right on the ice with all these guys first time. But no, it was really good.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I know it was very good.
The smartest thing I did at the PRC 2 years ago was put you and the kids from Hawkesbury on it like the last game of the night. Because normally by the last game on Friday night, there is nobody in the crowd. Maybe Kelly LaFave and her daughter Brianna, because Sean's reffing and they're out to watch him. But there's normally no one there. Your stands were packed because all the moms and sisters and grandmas and everyone were out.
Girls.
And all the girls.
Don't forget the girls.
The girlfriends. I don't know. I asked Tucker to come to play old timers hockey with us, and I was figuring he would bring an entourage with him, and he had no one show up with him. He was all by himself.
Well, Pawn Rocket's a little different, you know. Like you got my place is so close, so you got the before party and the after party. That's right there. So it's a little easier to convince people to come over.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen this year. I've got the ice booked, but I kind of need to be able to have fans there, and if I can't have fans. The economics of the whole thing just doesn't work. I need to be able to have a gate, and we generally what we do is we give $1,000 to a charity to run the gate, and then they can also do fundraising there. So every year we end up giving about $1,800 away to one of the local sports teams or groups. A couple of years ago we gave it to VCI, or the parent council at Pleasant Corners got it one year. So just the economics. If there's no fans, I can't really run it. I would have loved to run it last year, but we got shut down. So we'll wait and see what happens this year. We are having the Boxing Day Classic though, so you two boys, you've been playing in that last couple of years.
Yeah.
I think you took home the MVP.
I did.
You did, eh?
I did first year.
Yeah, first year. I think it was given to you by Chase. Chase Albright gave it to you. Yeah. Yeah, I think you did go around him. Owen pretty.
What was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah. You went around. You're.
I want to add, I'm not a defense, so I wanted to play forward, and I got stuck defense. So.
You got stuck playing defense with your dad, who's the best defenseman there, and
but there's one.
and he was giving it to you pretty bad when Tucker went around to you. I
Owen was
by.
getting all the traffic on his side. No one wanted to go around him.
Well, no, yeah, you go. That's how I feel every week. Everyone seems to come to my side of the ice all the time.
I feel you.
It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing. All right, so our next question, let me just get back on my old text messages here. This one comes from, just a second. Okay, this two-part question from Mr. Ryan Cunning from Vankleek Hill. His first question is, ask them if they find it hard knowing they will never be as cool as their fathers. Do you find it? Do you find you live in your dad's shadows at all, or
no?
No, not.
I'm a foot taller than my dad, and
but better looking and
better looking.
Yeah,
my hair's brown. Foot taller, and
I have hair, so
yeah.
Mr. Cunning,
So you think Mr. Cunning might be a little out to lunch on this one, or?
I don't know. For my dad, he grew up in Quebec, so I'm in Ontario now, so I don't have to live up to anything. I'm in Ontario. I'm safe.
Did you always live in Ontario, or did you?
No, I used to live in Grenville.
Okay.
And these guys make a joke, say I used to live at the cabaret.
Okay.
Behind it.
Behind it, my bad. But
I would have gone with Harrington if I were you.
Well, I have roots from there.
Yeah. So the second part from Mr. Cunning's question was, you can ask them the 7 levels of classification from biology, grade 11 biology. I think you all took it with Mr. Cunning, and he would like to know the 7 levels of classification.
Can you ask him what finger I'm holding up?
Not trying to brag or anything here, but my last mark that was over a 60 in science was in grade 9.
Oh, okay.
And I've taken 4 since, so.
That doesn't sound like you're bragging at all.
Nope.
Owen, you're the smart one in the group, or at least that's what I've been told. It starts with kingdom. We'll give you a hint. Kingdom is the...
Kingdom, phylum.
Ooh, keep going.
No, that's all I got.
Kingdom, you got 2.
Kingdom, phylum.
Kingdom, phylum.
Was class.
Oh, there's number 3. There we go. We got 3. There's 4 more. There's 4 more. So kingdom, phylum, class.
Fungus.
No, fungus, not one of them.
Fungi.
No.
Different biology.
Yeah, different biology.
Kingdom.
There's another short one.
No.
It starts with an O. Or. No. Okay, so it's kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. He had to give me those. I wouldn't have remembered, even though I did take OEC biology twice. I took it twice because my mark the first year was not good enough for the program I thought I wanted to go to, so took it over a second time. But I wouldn't have known that either, so you guys are fine. So I think that's about it. You got anything else you want to say, or?
Go ahead, Brenden.
Anyone else have any stories?
Yeah, got any other good stories you want to talk about?
The coming back from Grenville story with the cab, or?
No, that's you. That's
me.
That's
okay.
Well,
back to trips to Grenville and back.
Trips to Grenville, yeah.
Yeah.
The movie theater in Grenville. You're going
Yeah,
to
the movie theater. Yeah, we're going to the movie theater.
Get him some soda pops in.
Yeah.
The movie theater's called the Plaisir, I think, or something like that. But anyways, we were coming back from the movie theater, and we took a cab. And
well, that's good. That's good.
There was about 5 or 6 of us, I guess, in the cab. It was a van, and I spent all my money at the movie theater, and I didn't have any money. So as soon as we got back, we got dropped in like a neutral location, so nobody was near their home. And I thought the deal was everyone was going to take off and start running.
Oh, like not pay for the cab.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought we were all gonna. Well, I thought we were all gonna get a loan from the cab company.
Okay, dine
So,
and dash type of thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So me and a couple other guys took off.
And paying for it because I didn't get the news.
Owen didn't get the hint that we were talking about. So
I was in the back seat, so you were.
He was in the back seat. I was in the passenger seat. I guess Owen didn't get the news back there. I guess the telephone didn't go all the way through.
Okay,
you know the
yeah,
game
the
telephone? I guess it didn't
game,
go all the way through back to Owen. So we all took off, and Owen ended up paying for our cab ride back home. I still owe you for that, but
I did the responsible thing.
That's
You
good.
know?
How much is a cab ride from Grenville these days?
$25 or something.
No, I don't.
That's not so bad.
No, it's not terrible, but
Yeah.
it's still $25.
Still, exactly 25.
I owe Owen a couple beer for that, and
Couple what?
pops. I mean,
Pops, yeah. You can say beer on this. It's fine.
I owe Owen a couple beer for that when he turns the age of 19. So,
Yeah.
or 18.
18
when we
in
go to Quebec.
Grenville.
Yeah,
Grenville,
we'll go to Grenville next year, and I'll buy you a couple beer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. That's the story I got. Anyone else get any?
Any interesting stories from high school days?
I feel like I gotta say something here, but there was one night a while ago. I was down in we were down in Kingston. This was, I have friends up in Kingston. That's where I'm from originally. That's where my dad's from originally. Anyway, so we were up, having some pops, whatever, all night, and next thing you know, it's pretty late. I'm looking through some pictures on my phone, and everybody's having a good time, and what felt like 5 minutes later, I woke up, and there's light outside, and lots of stuff on the ground, a table flipped over, and I was on the couch with a baby blanket on top of me. And
Deep sleeper, I guess, then.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
The night was a blur.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm trying to think of other stories, but
There's one. It didn't happen too long ago.
oh boy, I feel like this is.
I heard of a party that happened. I of course wasn't there.
Me or Owen wasn't there.
None of us were there.
None of you were there.
I actually wasn't there, but
Yeah.
Okay, so it did get busted, because of
By the police, or
yeah.
because of COVID, or
Yeah, but even though we were following protocols, it did get busted. I don't know. I guess we were too loud, or I was not too loud, but like others, they were too loud.
you heard that people were too loud. You weren't actually there, right? So
No, I wasn't.
no.
So I heard, and then that's what sucks. Like we can't be having too much fun these days because of
the police are gonna come shut it down if you're having
not
too
really
much
the
fun
police,
there.
But like,
Yeah.
gotta stay safe. Gotta stay
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Good thing we're not getting shut down. We weren't there to
We weren't there.
experience. this.
I actually heard that there was more than one of these parties that you weren't at. That they run.
We were at another one in Martinstown, I believe.
No, we weren't at that one where the cops showed up and we had to take off pretty quick, and then
We were not there.
We weren't there.
we weren't there, and we didn't drive by after with Boston music, but we weren't there.
Good. I don't know about the whole COVID thing.
Boring.
Well, it's boring.
It's just a cold.
The stats doesn't match what the media portrays it as. If you look at the statistics, versus what's actually being said on the media. It's two completely different things.
Yeah.
But I'm not that smart, so I just follow along with the rules and the best I can. Anyway, well, this was really good, guys. I really appreciate you coming on, and
Thank you for having us. It was a fun time.
I gotta say, my likes on my page and the number of people that followed me, it grew exponentially when you guys posted that. I think I had 60 downloads, which is 60 downloads is a really good day for the old Screaming Beaver podcast.
You're gonna get to the top one day.
Me and Joe Rogan. Yeah, you're at the beginning, and hey, you can definitely come back and do this again. Maybe next year when you're in university, you can tell me all about university life.
We can talk about pops and what pops really means.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
It really jumped, and I'm hoping to see another big bump when we release this tomorrow night. Right now I'm at 500-ish downloads with only 2 episodes, so I'm pretty happy. I was kind of expecting only to have about 12 people listen, so it's been going good. So I really appreciate your social media reach that you have. All right, well, we'll wrap this up. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. Thank you.
All right.
Musical emergency system has been activated. This is an emergency. A global pandemic has broken out. You will be asked to follow instructions that you may not like by people you don't like. But if you don't follow these instructions, you and or the people you love could die. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Follow directions from healthcare professionals. Follow directions from local, state, and federal officials. Do not panic. I repeat, do not panic. Do not congregate in large groups. That includes religious services, polling stations, restaurants, and beaches. Do not forget to wash your hands. Do not forget to stop touching your face. Do not buy all the toilet paper and make us look like a disgrace. COVID-19. Coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, is an infectious disease caused by severe acute respiratory coronavirus 2. The disease was first identified in 2000 in Wuhan, central China, and has since spread globally, resulting in the 2019-2020 coronavirus pandemic. Common symptoms include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Muscle pain, sputum production, and sore throat are less common. While the majority of cases result in mild symptoms, some progress to severe pneumonia and multi-organ failure. As of March 2020, the rate of deaths per number of diagnosed cases is 4.1%. However, it ranges from 0.2 to 15% depending on age and other health problems. The virus is typically spread from one person to another via respiratory droplets produced during coughing. It may also be spread by touching contaminated surfaces and then touching one's face. COVID-19. Coronavirus. COVID-19. Coronavirus. Time from exposure to onset of symptoms is generally 2 to 14 days, with an average of 5 days. The standard method of diagnosis is reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction, RRT-PCR, from nasopharyngeal swab. The infection can also be diagnosed from a combination of symptoms, risk factors, and a chest CT scan showing features of pneumonia. Recommended measures to prevent infection include frequent hand washing, social distancing, maintaining distance from others, in other words, and keeping hands away from the face. The use of masks is recommended for those who suspect they may have the virus and their caregivers, but not the general public. There is no vaccine or specific antiviral treatment for COVID-19. Management involves treatment of symptoms, supportive care, isolation, and experimental measures. COVID-19. The World Health Organization, WHO, declared the 2019 to 2020 coronavirus outbreak a pandemic and a public health emergency of international concern, PHEIC. Evidence of local transmission of the disease has been found in many countries across all 6 WHO regions. Hope this is helpful. Also, there will always be more up-to-date information from your local government, so don't reference this file for information, reference your government. Thank you. COVID-19. COVID-19.